జస్ట్ సెకండ్. థంబ్‌నెయిల్ అప్డేట్ చేసేస్తా. Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Welcome to the live.
Hi guys. Hi Shankar.
Hi bro. Just updating the thumbnail. Give me a second. And then we'll start talking. Fuck off, bro.
నీ మెయిల్ నుంచి నువ్వే చూస్తున్నావు చూడు.
Yes. No, నేను కాదు. So have you watched the match?
I caught the end of it and looks like that's where all the action happened.
It was so fucking frustrating, bro. I mean,
Must be really disappointing as a Bayern fan.
of course, like your team is not even playing good football. You have to watch your team play, backward passing, sideways passing for 60 minutes and then went on to lose the entire like they just sabotaged the lead.
Yeah. Having someone like hello?
Yeah. Go on.
I think I'm having like mild network problems. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry about that, guys. So, considering the leaky defense you've been having for the last few matches, trying to pass the ball around in the back wasn't actually a very good idea. And even with a world class manager as Tuchel, uh, not being able to win easy fixtures, relatively easy fixtures. We all know Mainz is not such a big team. It's I don't know. It's like in sixth or something. I think yeah. Uh, that's not good enough, especially for Bayern and the high standards they set for themselves. It's not good enough. They're missing that that X factor, that presence in front of the goal. And as good as Chupamoting may be for memes, he doesn't cut it at this level. He's not he's not reliable. He's not that person will come onto the pitch and score goals for your team.
For the last 3 or 4 matches, I think Choupo-Moting has been injured. Age is getting up to him, and I don't think he'll be the striker to move forward with. So I think we should be targeting someone like Osimhen. I know, even though he's 150 million and all. So if there's any player on the market, I wish Bayern goes on and breaks the bank for, I think it's Osimhen. Period. So coming to the game, it it was not like we didn't have chances or we didn't have the ball. We had like 72% possession. I don't understand. Under Tuchel, we are letting the other team have the ball and we're letting them come to us. It is obviously creating a counter-attacking opportunity, but then what's the point of playing such a football when you have Goretzka as your center defensive midfielder who can't even play a long pass? I guess you're glitching or something.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
cool,
really
cool.
embarrassing.
It's okay.
You were saying something?
Yeah, really embarrassing. Only two people are watching. Yeah, so yeah, you know, you can't play that kind of football when you have players like Goretzka at your defensive midfield because he simply doesn't know how to carry the ball, where to stand when, like, there are 10 to 12 instances where Stanisic on the right side had the ball and he had no one to pass because this rock Goretzka was standing behind a Mainz attacker. How do you expect the ball to progress forward when he doesn't drop back, he doesn't do any work? And
Yeah, that's
Mul-
true.
Muller, I don't know why he started this game, and Tuchel should really get the blame for this one, in my opinion. Keeping Muller on for 70 to 75 minutes. I mean, if you look at players like Mathis who are like very effective coming off the bench, you need to give them time. If Tuchel would have bought him on when we're leading 1-0,
A bit soon.
then yeah, yeah. When we're leading 1-0, I think he would have played with much more freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all about the intent. He has something to prove. He wants to play more. He wants to enjoy his football. He's more direct. He's not afraid to take a shot. He's rapid. All of these factors, considering all of this, he should be getting more minutes in a Bayern shirt and not just coming on in the last 10-15 minutes. That's, you have to have faith in youngsters sometimes because they are the ones who are stepping up these days. You see all these big names in the world, Pedri, Gavi, and Julian Alvarez, Haaland, Mbappe. All these players, they're really young. I understand how much of a role experience plays, but that's something that you need to think about in bigger games. In the smaller games, the
true,
more
true.
you play youngsters, the better results you get.
Exactly. I mean, if you watch the City match, he bought Mathis on at 60th minute, and in this match he bought him at 75th minute. I don't know what Tuchel is thinking, to be honest. I mean, I understand that you're letting Mainz have the ball, you're asking them to come attack you, and then you're creating spaces for counter attack. But then you need pace, you need forwards with pace to exploit the spaces, right? You can't have Mane Muller up top, ask him to run at 36 kilometers per hour. That's something really, I mean, if you had Matistel in the first half, I think maybe we would have scored two more goals, in my opinion. because he really has plays. Not only just Matistel, if we had Koman or Sane up top, we would have, really scored much more. Because Mane is already 30, 31 or something like that, and he has lost his pace. You can't really expect him to play like how he played at Liverpool right now. So I don't understand the point of starting him at striker. In my opinion, why he started Mane in this game was, I think Mane was really, really fed up with not starting games at Bayern. So he just decided, like, we also heard rumors that he shouted at Julian Nagelsmann because he didn't get enough time. I think something like that would have happened in the dressing room with Tuchel, and Tuchel just decided to give him the minutes he deserves. It's like that. I still don't understand the point of starting Mane.
As
And
world class as Mane is, he hasn't been his Liverpool self. He isn't a striker. He's not a striker. Yeah, I know he gets in behind. He scores a lot of goals. He's fast and all that, but he can't play as an outright striker, and neither can Müller. It felt like there's no one who is there to hold the ball when the team needs it to. There's no one to challenge the defenders. Defenders are usually tall. They're 6'2", 6'3", and these guys look like freaking midgets in front of them, and that won't cut it. Considering Mainz's best player is their center back, you know.
I mean,
Excuse me,
look,
just a second.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Uh,
Yeah.
it's
So if you like, under Julian Nagelsmann, we were only able to score because we had that system. He set up a system in which not only Choupo-Moting but Musiala, Coman, even the wingers could score. But if you look at Tuchel's system, it looks like he's more reliant towards having a good forward, like who can hold the defender physically well, who can finish brilliantly like Osimhen, who can head the ball in, and someone like that. So, in my opinion, sacking Nagelsmann has been the biggest mistake of this board. Uh, and if we lose the Bundesliga this season, I think the entire board is getting sacked. And we might just go back to, bring Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, Uli Hoeneß, someone like that again to the board. Questions need to be asked, and Bayern fans already have started questioning the board. If you watch the City match, there was a big banner raised by the Bayern fans asking the board needs to be questioned and all. I don't know if you've heard of it, but yeah, the board
I
is
mean, yeah,
under
I
pressure.
don't really speak German, but yeah.
Yeah, so the board is under pressure, and I still don't get the point of sacking Nagelsmann when we're doing that well. I understand that we were losing few Bundesliga games, you were behind where we actually had to be and all, but he was still getting the results.
I felt like it was unfair to Nagelsmann, provided the team that he had. It's like all wingers, no strikers.
Yeah,
Choupo-Moting,
exactly.
okay, he may be scoring a lot of goals, but he's not cut out for that job. He was second choice at PSG, and he was, what's the team? Exactly. You see, I don't even remember what team he used to play for. Schalke, was it?
Even I don't
A
remember.
player like that, Bayern being as good a team as it is, should break the bank for a world class striker that fits its profile. If you think about it, Bayern always had someone up top, always had that reliable goal scorer, that world class player.
True.
Losing Lewandowski, it was not easy. Yeah, they did get results at first, but luck plays an important role as well.
No, no. Like I
You
said,
can't always expect Kimmich to thread a through ball and expect Sane or Mane to run behind it and score. That won't
no, like I
always
said,
cut it.
the only reason Choupo-Moting looked to us like a world class striker was because Nagelsmann set up the system in that way that He made the best out of Choupo-Moting and all. But under Tuchel, I understand that Nagelsmann's system demands a striker that links up the play, drops deep, holds the defender, and passes the ball. A false nine kind of striker, to be honest. But Tuchel demands a out and out striker. I don't think Choupo-Moting fits that profile, and that's why he's not been able to score any goals. You're gone again, brother. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. The two people that are watching.
You, I don't know why my internet is misbehaving today, but I'm really sorry about that. Anyways, you were saying something?
Your internet is like Choupo-Moting. Sorry, Lewandowski. It disappears when when you need it the most. Just give me a minute. Yeah.
You see a huge smile on your face.
Man. Uh, I almost cried while watching the game. No, I'm not even kidding. But after they scored that third goal, I was laughing in disbelief. So I don't actually have any. You know, I'm not sad at all.
Anything to smile about?
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm convinced that we're losing the Bundesliga this year. Yeah. So what do you think about that? You think Dortmund will win it this year?
We can never write off Bayern. Even if halfway through the season Bayern is in 10th place, for a fight, pull a crazy shit comeback and win the league. That has happened in the past. And Dortmund, as good as they may be, I feel like they always have a disappointment in them. And I
Yeah.
feel like they are always going, even if they are huge favorites, they have done it consistently over the last few years. They end up bottling.
Yeah.
I feel like many teams get called bottlers. PSG, Barcelona, my club Barcelona is called a they call it Barcelona and everything. But I think the biggest bottle job of this decade is probably Dortmund. I know how many times they've been in winning positions in the league, and I know how many times they've bottled it. And I also feel like unless Bayern fix their squad depth issues, I don't think there's any chance for them this time. Luck. The thing about luck is that eventually it runs out, and Bayern have been getting lucky over the last few seasons. But unless they, start doing something seriously, start taking this seriously, they are doomed.
To add to that, I actually trust Dortmund more than Bayern. I mean, I trust Dortmund to bottle this league more than Bayern to actually go out and give their efforts and win the league. And yeah, I think we should go all out and in the obviously we can't do changes abruptly in the mid season. So I think we should go all out for a striker. We need a defensive midfielder badly. I don't think we can trust Goretzka anymore after what he has shown us on the pitch. And third, I think we need to go for a winger. Uh, there are reports from inside the dressing room that Sadio Mane and Gnabry will be leaving soon. So, in my opinion, we have to go. We have to sign these three positions, and we'll be set. What do you think about?
Yeah. Okay. So since Tuchel is a huge fan of the three at the back system, I think sorry, Davies should be given more freedom. I know they loaned in this guy. What's he called? Cancelo from City, but I feel like that's a really bad transfer for them,
No,
considering
no.
that they already
Uh,
have
Davis
Davis.
Davis is injured. He
I
actually
literally
started the
saw
match
Davis
today.
play. Yeah,
He started the match today and limped off the field. So we had to bring in Mazraoui, put him on the right side, and shift Cancelo to the left side.
I heard rumors that Mazraoui is not happy at Bayern anymore because of the lack of game time. A fourth choice right back like Stanisic is getting more game time than Mazraoui at
I
this
mean,
stage.
Mazraoui has been injured, and reports of yeah. Hi Suhail, hi. How are you? Mazraoui has been injured, and reports are saying that he's actually not up to his fitness level, the fitness Bayern demands. But in my opinion, after coming on today, he was really good. He impressed me, and I don't think he's going anywhere. To be honest.
Yeah, especially
Hi
since
Tarun.
Cancelo is only here on loan, and we know that Bayern is not a huge spender in the market. You don't see Bayern spending 100 million on a player, 150 million on a player anymore. Even even though the situation demands it, Bayern is like, well, we can always just go to Dortmund and sign someone from them for really cheap.
No,
Anyways,
that's what I'm fearing as well. Uh, I want Osimhen. Tuchel wants Osimhen. Hello, Satwik. Hello, Suhel. Yeah, Tuchel fan demand is Osimhen, but I'm scared just because a board is cheap. I think they're gonna sign Firmino on a free deal and just call it a day. Firmino on a free deal, Gundogan on a free deal. Anyone who's
and
available
to
for
be
free,
honest,
please come play at
to,
Bayern.
to be honest,
Something like that.
I don't think Firmino would be a bad transfer because I think he can easily be that creative outlet. We don't, not we. I don't support Bayern. I am trying to make it clear to everyone. I don't support Bayern. I'm a Barcelona fan. In fact, I hate Bayern because of that 8-2 embarrassment.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anyways, uh, Firmino, you don't have a player who can just drive the ball, who can receive the ball between the lines and carry it forward, find a final pass. You know, uh, Play one twos with the midfielders, play one twos with the wingers or the fullbacks, anyone. Yeah, Mueller used to be able to do that, and he used to make beautiful runs. He used to finish like outrageous goals, and even head the ball every now and then, but he's not that player anymore, which is a thing of history if you ask me right now. I know he's a huge club legend, and I know he's a fun person, but that doesn't back him being a part of the squad anymore, at least not for the important games. I think he should leave the club respectfully while the fans still love him.
Yeah, I mean, there are rumors that Amazon Prime apparently approached Muller to make a documentary on him in 2024 after he leaves the club.
I'm sure
So
that's going
yeah,
to okay.
yeah. And like you've said, in my opinion, Firmino to Bayern would be a bad transfer because, like I've already mentioned before, Tuchel needs a striker who's like fox in the box, a Lewandowski kind of striker. Firmino is more like a in false nine. He likes to drop deep, link up the play. I don't think Tuchel needs that kind of striker. And if you look at Osimhen play, he's an absolute beast. He finishes all his headers. He even presses the opponents well and makes forces mistakes out of them. So I think you know just because Osimhen is available for free, we should not go out and sign him. That'll sabotage the.
Firmino,
Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Osimhen.
Oh,
If
sorry.
Osimhen is
Firmino.
available for free, I'm sure there's going to be a huge bidding war for him,
I know. No,
like
no, no.
in wages sense.
Yeah.
And I think just because Osimhen had one average season and one really good season doesn't mean he should be going for that big of an amount. You know, especially because
Thank you.
Napoli has been so good in the league. I think his price tag has been multiplied at least threefold.
Hmm. Yeah,
You
yeah. I
should
mean, Napoli, like they demand record fees from clubs. It's not easy to get a player out of Napoli. So yeah, it's going to be very tough to get Osimhen out of Napoli. I mean, 150 million is outrageous. That's almost 90% more than what Bayern's record signing fee. Bayern's highest signing fee is 80 million for Lucas Hernandez, and now they're demanding 150. I don't think that's gonna happen though.
and he doesn't play anymore.
Yeah, he's injured. Happens. No, Suhail. This is not that
He
kind
tore
of.
his ACL, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. In the France game. No, Suhail,
Uh,
you can't join. This is not that kind of stream.
this isn't OF.
Bigger fan. Thank you, Satvik. Thank you.
Good setup.
Yeah. So
I'm literally leaning against my door.
he was talking about my setup. Don't worry. Oh no, I'm a hard. Cool, brother. So we'll go find that stream. Yeah, yeah. Good luck.
Do you think maybe it's a mentality
Just a
issue as
second.
well?
I think Suhail is like, I'll go and find that stream. He'll be back in 1 minute because he's already done with what he has to do.
Bro, that's a violation, bro.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. So you were saying?
I was saying it could be a mentality issue as well. Getting trashed by Man City in the first leg and then failing to, impress at the Allianz.
Hmm. I mean, Tuchel literally said, bullying the chat is bad. Yeah. Tuchel literally said that we now that we're knocked out, now that we're knocked out, I think we're going to show more passion. There'll be that hunger to actually prove ourselves again. But that's just lacking in this team. I don't know what's going on in the dressing room or what Tuchel is doing. Uh, he has to motivate the players. He has to make sure that they're on the best. Today's lineup, I was like, I died from inside when I saw today's lineup, man. Starting 11. There was no pace. I mean, I understand he gave rest to Koman Sane. They they literally played a lot of games, but how can you not have pace in the starting 11 and when you actually want to play counter attacking football?
I understand
You
that, but let's not say you guys didn't have any pace. You know, you have like probably two of the fastest players in the league in Alfonso Davies and Sadio Mane. But
Mane's
I
highest
don't
this
think pace is everything.
Mane's highest this season is 30. I can run 30.
I doubt that, bro. I seriously doubt.
Yeah.
Maybe 13 if you're lucky,
Yeah. You know, no. Yeah.
and if a dog's chasing you.
Yeah, still complaining. We didn't have everything. We didn't have Osimhen. We didn't have a defensive midfielder. We didn't have a left winger. So yes, complaining. You know, I'd be
Oh,
really angry at Suhail because he has Khan in his name, like as in Oliver Khan.
Oliver. That's a good one, bro.
That guy, yeah, he. I think he'll be out of the club by the end of this season, bro.
I I understand why you'd want that, but let's be honest. Until last season, Bayern has been a really, you've been calling the club one of the best run clubs in the world. And
Hmm.
after one
Yeah.
bad season, you can't exactly like push someone out. That isn't fair to them. Take the case of Nagelsmann himself. You are saying Nagelsmann getting fired is not something that you wanted, right? In the same way, yeah, he failed to replace Lewandowski. Miserably failed, I might add. But maybe next season things will be better. And if things don't get better, obviously you'll need to replace Oliver Kahn. And I think why it is so difficult is because he's like probably the biggest legend of the club after Jed Mueller and Rummenigge. So
Yeah.
I
So
think
like,
it it is the onus is on the coach to improve the atmosphere of the dressing room. And I haven't seen Kimmich play a good game this season, and that speaks volumes. Uh, Maybe that's because I don't watch Bundesliga as much, but you know, when it's important, I didn't think he stepped up. Maybe it's the fault of his teammates because he's not that kind of player who goes out and scores goals. He needs players running off the ball so that he can find them behind the defense. East or West, Bayern is the best. I don't think so, bro. They just lost 3-1 against
yeah,
Mainz of all teams.
yeah. We lost 4-1 to City, 3-1 to Mainz, and the list keeps getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, like you've said, you've mentioned that Bayern is the best running club, very well run club, but it has been that way because Uli Hoeneß and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge maintained it that way. Yes, we will. Actually, we're considering coming live to talk about Premier League and about La Liga as well. So within this week, you'll get
Barca
those
versus
live.
Atletico tomorrow.
Sure, sure. Yeah, we'll come live after that match to discuss. Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, Uli Hoeneß and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge made this club that way, and now just after one season of coming in, and Oliver Kahn, Herbert Hainer are already sabotaging Bayern. There is actually no reason to remove Nagelsmann when the uh, season is going that smoothly. You know, the only goals we've conceded in UCL were against Victoria Pelzen. We faced Barca, we faced PSG, we've faced Inter, and we've literally conceded zero goals. Think about that. I mean, Nagelsmann built a system that was going that well, and then Khan one day decided to wake up and decided to sabotage the entire system that Nagelsmann actually built. That's why questions are being raised. And also, what kind of person Khan is. He's very, out. He's very angry, aggressive. Like we've seen what kind of player he is. So considering that, I think removing him would be the better option for Bayern. Like
Maybe.
we can, yeah. And don't even get me started on Brazzo. I wanted him out of Bayern. I wanted him out of Bayern for since forever. Like, there's nothing that he adds to the board, especially. Like he was the sporting director, and suddenly our board decided to make him a board member. I don't know why. As a sporting director, his work has been underwhelming. The only proper season, with good signings was supposed to be this season. We went on and signed Mazraoui, Mane, Gravenberch, and all. And guess what? We're losing Bundesliga this season.
And what happened to Gravenberch? Why is he not playing as much as he should? A player with his potential should be getting more minutes, especially considering Goretzka has been dog shit this season.
The point is, Gravenberch's no on the ball capability is outstanding, but he's not that good defensively. When you're playing
Hmm.
beside Kimmich usually prefers to go up and attack. So you need someone
Yeah.
to drop back and cover for him. And Gravenberch is not actually a defensive midfielder. I see more of him
Then
as a center midfielder.
that wouldn't be a very good decision by the sporting director, would it?
Yeah,
Can it be considered a good signing?
I mean he has
I
potential.
mean,
I mean, as,
potentially he is a good signing. The same
yeah,
happened with Sabitzer as well. You see how he's playing now for Manchester United, and that's the kind of player he is. Just because a player is good doesn't mean bringing him into the team would make the team any better.
true, true. I mean, I've seen moments of brilliance from Gravenberch, like the way he passes, the chances he creates, and Goretzka could only imagine creating that kind of chances. But when you want such kind of defensive midfielder who can be robust with challenge, a Casemiro like defensive midfielder, yeah, I'd say it's a bad signing.
Yeah, Goretzka should concentrate more on his football than he does of his fitness and
Yeah,
workouts.
true, true. I mean, if Liverpool bids like 35 to 40 million, I'd sell Gravenberch, to be honest. I'm not even kidding, because now we need to make as much as money possible to fund the
Sign
transfer
a
of
striker,
Osimhen. Yeah,
not
not even a
necessarily
striker,
Osimhen.
Osimhen.
Any
Osimhen.
you want just
Osimhen.
Osimhen.
Yes, Osimhen. I mean, there is this rumor of Kolo Muani and Rasmus Hoyland and all, but Rasmus Hoyland is not proven enough to play for Bayern, and Kolo Muani is just
Yeah,
too expensive.
just because he has a name that rhymes with Haaland doesn't mean he's going to be as good.
True, true. Yeah, and Kolo Muani, I
And
think
I
100
I
million is
think
a, yeah, yeah. Go on, go on.
100 million is a
Too big ask for him. He's not a 100 million striker. He's barely 50 million striker, in my opinion. While Osimhen has already proven himself in a much bigger platform. The way he played
yeah.
against Juventus, he destroyed Bremer, who is considered to be one of the strongest defenders in the world. He destroyed
And
Van Dijk, same strongest defenders in the world.
Van Dijk
Yeah,
was busy trying to defend with his aura. Anyways,
yeah,
Serie A is a very unstable club. You can't expect Serie A strikers to just move on to a bigger league, to a better league, and score goals for fun like they did. We've seen Vlahovic, who was incredible for Fiorentina, and now at Juventus he's like Okay, he's all right. Okay,
I
you
mean,
score a goal every 2 3 games. Okay, that's good. But he hasn't delivered any, mind blowing performances since he has joined Juventus. And I feel like Moise Kean could, be a better player for Juventus at this moment. In the same way, I don't know how that topic went on to Juventus and Vlahovic, but in the same way, I don't think, or just because Osimhen proved himself at Napoli. And I should also add that a lot of his, success in front of goals, success in front of the goal is subject to the form of Napoli, the way they're playing, their wingers.
yeah, especially Kvicha Kvaratskhelia.
Maradona.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but if you like compare Syria and Bundesliga is a more attacking league. You get more space to work with in Bundesliga compared to Syria. Syria is a robust and defensive league. So if a player succeeds, if a player can find all those gaps in Syria, I think he can do it much more convincingly in the Bundesliga. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Especially because you don't actually, you don't exactly relate Bundesliga to defense and strong tall defenders like you do in Serie A. But one thing to notice is the defenders are considerably faster in the Bundesliga
Yeah,
than they
true,
are in Serie A. Serie A is all about that brute force, that Brexit tackles, that
true. Yeah,
huge jumps over the strikers.
yeah. And the game is usually the defenders usually in Syria they like to stay back, back pedal. They like to choose a method of conservative defending. In Bundesliga, it's more like high line. You get what I'm saying, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This yeah, and Osimhen is like another version of Sadio Mane when it comes to staying on set. He's almost all the time he's offside because he times his runs much more you know much more he's very quick with his runs when even when like he has to start a bit late to keep himself onside,
yeah,
but he
I've
just
noticed that the
yeah,
diagonal runs, the last minute runs, that quick as acceleration, that understanding with his midfielders, that's something that's going to help Osimhen in the Bundesliga for sure. But even if he gets that 1 2 step advantage before the defenders catch up to him, he's still going to go ahead and he's a lethal finisher. We all know it. We've all seen
true,
it.
true.
He's going to put that ball in the back of the net. He's going to give his team goals.
Mm.
But there is always a possibility of a signing going downhill. You've seen Barcelona. They've signed Coutinho. They've signed Griezmann. They've signed Usman Dembele, all at a price tag higher than 100 million. 300 million, and two of those players don't even play for the club anymore. And Griezmann is out there, scoring goals for Atletico, assisting a
Your
lot,
rivals.
controlling
Yeah,
the game. And that's like the peaks of shithousery. And you don't want that happening when you're investing that much amount on a single player.
I think to, uh, in this context you have to like uh, set up a that actually depends on the coach. You have to set up a system in and you have to know which kind of players work in that system. If Tuchel makes a system where Osimhen would be the you would absolutely work in, then I think signing him would be the best way. Coming to Barcelona, what you've said, I think Barca, like they were too proud that they're Barca and went on to sign that kind of players instead of actually respecting the system of the coach and requirements of the team. Do you agree? You being a Barca fan,
Yeah,
do
I
you
do.
agree with that?
I do. But
Yeah.
but Dembele is a kind of player who would have been successful at Barcelona, but he ended up being a
Injuries.
flop. And
Yeah.
yeah, injuries. See, that's something you have to consider as well. Dembele has never been the most fit player.
True, true.
You know,
Same with Osimhen. Osimhen is also a very injury prone player. That somewhere scares me a bit because, yeah, like you said, yeah, like you said, 150 million for a player, and most of the time he won't even start in the big games. That would be a huge risk to take.
yeah, and Bayern is not exactly known for that kind of thing.
Are you
And
sure we won't get
we
a
should.
Are you sure we
We
won't
won't
get a
get a what?
copyright strike?
Why? What did we
This
do?
song playing behind your, in your background.
Oh, sorry
Yeah.
about that. Okay, I am sorry. I can't really like control that.
Yeah. We'll talk for 5 minutes and we'll
Anyways,
end the stream here. Yeah.
okay, sure. Uh,
Yeah.
would you like to give your conclusion on today's performance of Bayern?
It was an absolute shit show. And if there's a match, I think the match already started. Dortmund versus Frankfurt, which is going on now. If Dortmund secures a win in that match, they'll be 1 point ahead of us. And with, I guess, 6 games to play, that puts us in a very weak position. So
There are only
if
five
we
games left, actually. I
yeah,
think Bayern
so
has played 29 games.
okay, so yeah, if we lose, if we lose this Bundesliga, I think the board must go. There are no two ways about it. There's no second chances. uh they've made a huge blunder, I'd say, and they must go. And we have to get a striker, a winger, and a defensive midfielder. That's a must. you know you think I'm reiterating it so much, but the importance of that is,
But
you
I
know
can understand why you're doing that. Yeah.
yeah. So give your ending note on the game.
I think it sums up Bayern's season. Being in the lead after 20-30 minutes and then bottling it. uh, it's not very Bayern-esque, if you ask me. They don't do that. They don't usually do that. Their mentality monsters. Like, I feel like they should have done better this season, considering the quality of players that they have. And I feel like sacking Nagelsmann was a really bad move, especially because
100%.
he just started getting comfortable with the players, and the players just
True.
started getting comfortable with his system. And now
True.
they're having to play under a completely different coach, under Tuchel,
Yeah.
who is, you know, on the opposite end of the spectrum. So that's going to make it really difficult for the players, and it it could effectively cost Bayern their season. And
True.
the
I
Champions
mean,
League knockout was just the beginning, I feel like.
yeah. You can't even blame Tuchel, right? It has been only 7 games since he took charge at Bayern. You can't expect a coach to create this synergy between the players within that kind of time. I think sacking Tuchel would not be the right option to go with. But yeah, the board should be questioned and the board should be sacked. But Tuchel should be given, like the board promised Tuchel, he should be evaluated only on the next season's performances. So I think um, Tuchel will be our coach even if we lose the Bundesliga this year. And
But that would, changing the board would also affect the understanding that Tuchel has with the board. He may not continue next season. I understand how good of a coach, sorry, Tuchel is, but his football is not the most entertaining. And I have a couple of City friends who would back me up on that, because of the
yeah,
Champions League final.
City
And
has fans.
Football is
I didn't
not
see
just about. It's not. That's a good one.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more like Pep Guardiola's fans.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
True.
it's when the football is entertaining, the players as well, they start enjoying their football. You know, they enjoy their football. They want to play more. They want to give it their all. Yeah, getting results is nice. Winning trophies is great, but you can't guarantee that happening consistently. If you enjoy your game as well, you can look forward for the next 2 3 4 seasons and think, yes, I am going to enjoy my football here. I am going to win trophies as well. This is the way for me. Can you hear me,
Yeah.
bro? Where
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
you lose
Yeah.
me?
Go. You must enjoy football and all that stuff.
Yeah. uh, it I played football today actually. That's why I missed the match. I went out to play
No.
football. I was playing with kids, but I was having fun. And I may go back tomorrow, and I may play with kids again, and I may smash 10, 11, 12 goals against them, and I'm still going to enjoy. I'm getting results, I'm enjoying. I don't think I'll ever play with adults ever again. you know uh,
Good one. Yeah.
in the same way, I think the more you enjoy your football, the better your results are going to be. And unless Tuchel grows a pair and starts attacking with more intent and more directness, not just punting the ball long, expecting someone to control it and score against the keeper. That's individual brilliance. Okay, yeah, he is going to
True.
neutralize the
True.
midfield
Yeah.
at points. He's going to neutralize the midfield at points. He's going to control the game a little bit, but it's always going to be a backward triangle all the time, and that won't cut it at a big club. That's
True.
how I feel about Tuchel and his
I
football.
mean, the point you just raised, um, punting the ball high and expecting someone to hit it. I'd understand playing that kind of football when we have a proper striker like Osimhen and all, but with Choupo-Moting or Mane up top, there's no point of actually doing that.
Yeah,
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 if you watch the City game, I think that's why City pulled that. When City actually pressurized Upamecano, if we had Osimhen up top, we would have actually he would have cleared the ball and expected Osimhen to head it into the path of winger or something like that. But since we had no one and we weren't able to build up, two mistakes were forced out of Upamecano.
yeah. And I don't blame Upamecano for that goal, to be honest, because the ground has been slippery from minute one. From the starting whistle, the ground has been slippery. You've seen a couple of you know uh, City players slip on that end
True,
of
true.
the
Yeah,
field.
yeah.
It's just it's a bit harsh on him, but
True,
he is
true.
that kind of player who always has that mistake in him, who's always going to you know uh, have match defining moments and not in a good way.
I mean, Upamecano is really good. He struggles when he comes across players who are stronger than him, attackers who are stronger than him. If you look at the PSG game, he absolutely pocketed Mbappe. But look at City's game, he struggled against Haaland. So whenever he comes across a physically stronger attacker, he suffers. That's what I think. And also, it's not like Haaland there was any physical altercation between Haaland and him. It's just that he has that in his head. Whenever Haaland was coming to press him, he was like, there were second thoughts in his head as to whom to pass the ball and all that. You could observe it from his game.
You're going to love this point that I'm going to raise right now, because I know how big of a fan you are. But look at the team without Neuer, man. Just it's a hot mess. Like Sommer, as you know, he makes a lot of good saves, but what the hell is the distribution, man? He's just terrible with his
True,
feet.
true. Yeah,
He keeps giving the ball away. He got lucky on multiple occasions against City.
true,
That's
true.
not what you'd expect from a successor to Manuel Neuer. That
And I don't
that
think
man
he's a
really had
successor to
balls of
Manuel
steel.
Neuer. Yeah, I think he's like interim signing. I think the true success, we still haven't named a true successor to Neuer because even Newbell is not that good on the ball. So we're still on the market looking for players. The name of Guglielmo Vicario has been brought up recently, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, so I mean, Manuel, you cannot replace Manuel Neuer. He's bigger than Muller and he's a bigger legend than Muller, in my opinion. You cannot
He is.
replace him.
Yeah.
He's the keeper that actually defined a generation. So you need to have
Yeah.
if there was Manuel Neuer usually keeps his composure in front of goal, won't let players intimidate him and stuff like that. You kind of expect
Because
that from
he
someone.
intimidates the players.
True, true. He has a great presence.
He's always communicating with his defense. He's always screaming. People think that's crazy, but you know how important it is only if you play football. You know how
Yeah,
important it is to make the other team feel like you're there, you're always there, you're watching
true,
them.
true.
You're
Yeah. On that note,
Yeah,
we'd
maybe
like to
with
end the stream. Yeah, so you're saying
thank you guys for joining the stream, taking the time to look at two people talk
two
about
jobless people talk.
football,
Yeah.
even though we know nothing about the sport.
No, we know, we're just kidding. We've been watching football since
Mm,
8 years or so, something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for watching this live, and we'll be back with another. Consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Do let us know in the comment section what you thought about the match.
Excuse me. I didn't get you.